A lot of musicians think that the next gig will come from chasing harder, applying more, auditioning better. But in my experience, many of the best work I had did not come from any of that. It came from someone seeing me work once and remembering me later. And the more I work, the more I realize this. The current gig is often the audition for the next one. Not in a formal way, but in the way that people experience you, remember you, and then decide if they want you in the room again. A lot of good musicians do not get called back again because they only focus on playing well. And of course playing well matters, but in real life situation, that is not the whole picture. People remember whether you were prepared, whether you were calm, whether you made the job easier, and whether they can trust you again. A recent example for me was Sister Act. I got that call after the MD saw me playing We Will Rock You. They even recorded my performance of the Bohemian Rhapsody solo and shared it on their social media. We already knew each other, so that was not random, but that still proves the point. They did not decide based on a CV in that moment. They saw me doing the job and that turned into the next opportunity. The same happened with a recent teaching promo and demo I did for a music service in central London. That came through an MD I worked with in the past who suggested my name for the guitar teacher position. Again, that did not come from me cold pitching out of nowhere. It came from previous work, previous trust, and being remembered in a positive way. And now going into the summer season, more wedding and function work is building up the same way. The Supreme Collective, amongst other musicians' agencies, more work through MDs I knew in the past, and new projects growing from people I've worked with in the past. That is the pattern. One thing leads to another when people trust what it feels like to work with you. So what actually makes that happen? In my experience, it's not just a flashy moment. It's a combination of different small things. You show up prepared, you know your part, you solve your own problems, you stay calm under pressure, you do not create extra friction, and you make people feel like if they call you again, you are going to make their life easier, not harder. And that matters way more than many musicians want to admit. This is also why I talk so much about system, preparation, and being self-contained. Because this is not separate from a career growth. This is actually part of it. The more reliable you are in real situations, the more likely people are to think of you when the next opportunity comes up. So yes, being good matters, but being good is not always what gets you the next call. Being remembered for the right reasons does. So if you're a working musician or you aspire to become one, do not consider the gig as just a gig. Consider it as the environment where people decide whether they want you back. Because in the end, the current gig is not just a gig, it's the audition for the next one.